Hello and welcome to another Demon 212 PSN review. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Explodemon, which if you've never played it before, it's hard to describe. It's pretty much a platformer, but it's actually an amalgamation of all sorts of different games. You'll see bits of other things here and there, and well, it's just a bit dodgy really, I suppose. You've got 12 huge levels on the game, which, if you like it, then obviously that's a good thing. You've got a shop, so you can buy upgrades to increase your explosion power, your armor, your boost period, charge, and time before you explode. I'll explain that one because it's pretty much the first thing I noticed about the game that I hated. And unfortunately, after that, well, it kept on going on with things that I hated. Because I'll be honest, this is one of the most highly praised games out there for the PSN, and I can't stand a single thing about it. Firstly, I hate that the game was advertised as being one of the fastest, most fun experiences ever. Fun, obviously, that's opinion, etc. You'll either like it or you don't. But speed, it seems that unless you've played the game for 18 hours, unlocked every single aspect of the game, then you don't actually have any of the upgrades that allow you to play the game fast. So it's instead quite slow and boring to start with. And it's the type of thing that I just really couldn't get into the game. There's also something which I'm going to have to stand still for. Your explosion meter in the bottom right will go off from inactivity. And I just don't know why. I really don't. Can you just imagine if they made a first-person shooter where your gun would fire off randomly, or a racing game where your brakes would just lock up all of a sudden, or your nitro would go off as you were going round a corner? It just wouldn't work on any other game, and I don't think it works on this either. You can pay money to decrease, decrease how much it happens and increase how much time you've got before it happens, but it's still the sort of thing that just really annoys us, and I don't know why we should have to pay for something which was put in as a... I don't even know why it was put in, I suppose to make the game harder or something, but if anything it just feels more like a buggy fault or something like that. So that's pretty much, as I say, the first thing I noticed that I didn't like about it. Then there's the speed aspect, the fact that levels take forever. I mean, as I say, once you're fully upgraded and that, you can blitz through them, but if you actually want to get the upgrades, it means looking for all of the secrets and that, and therefore it pretty much turns into the pace of Metroid. Only Metroid, obviously you're shooting things and you've got a lot more to do than just jumping and randomly exploding, or jumping and timing your explosions to kill your enemies, sometimes of which the explosion just doesn't hurt them at all, even though they're covered in flame. So it's just, as I say, I cannot stand the game. I don't like anything about it, and I know that's my problem and my fault. If you do like it, then good for you. I'm glad, because you paid your money, you deserve to like it. But let it not be said that I only slag off Wii games, because I think this is just absolutely awful. There's then other awkward such things, like, well, for example, you don't have a double jump, you have to use the explosion to jump, which sometimes can be awkward, especially if it's just went off in the air, and that's what I mean by, if that's been added in to make it harder, it's just more annoying than anything else. I find timing the explosion right to jump high and that can be a bit awkward. The fact that you can also wall jump, which means that you are actually jumping, I just don't understand, you know, why the explosion is as weak as your extra jump would be, because it's quite clear you've got some sort of oomph or something there, but again, it's not as if you've got rockets in your boots or anything, I suppose, so it probably makes sense that you don't double jump. I just think it's a bit of a flaw that you have to use, like, explode to jump. And to be fair, the thing that I hated most about the game was that I always thought this looked a bit dodgy, and I always said, get the demo, don't buy the game. Well, Panda said he liked the look of it enough to buy the game, and he does like it, so that's good. However, the fact that there's no demo really does piss me off, because when you buy the game, and anyone who's bought the game will attest to this, when you actually buy it, you go to download, and you have to download a trial version and then an unlock code. So the demo has been made, I know it's there, so why wasn't it made available so that people could try it before they played it? Or is it a case of they wanted to get people like me, and just now I've wasted £8, other than the fact that, as I say, my brother likes it, so I suppose it's not a total waste. It's just incredibly annoying when people do that, make demos but don't release them. But anyway, that's enough slagging the game off. I'll just now continue with things that you can do. If you like the game, as I say, the levels are huge. There's all sorts of things to find and all sorts of upgrades to get. The bar on the left, which is currently empty because I'm not particularly trying or anything, is your explosion meter, and basically filling that up makes your explosions more powerful. Getting hit gets rid of it, and I'm pretty sure it's also your energy bar, because whenever you get hit when it's empty, it flashes up danger, but then you have to bash circle to recover, and it's just the type of thing that I've not managed to die with it yet, purely from bashing the circle button. However, I do die on the game simply by being stupid and jumping into things I quite clearly shouldn't. So that's pretty much everything to say about the game, really. Musically is one of the good things about the game. I do actually think the music sounds pretty good. Graphically it looks decent, but I'll be honest, all the dark and all that, I find it hard to see myself in places, because even though you're white and red, a lot of the time it seems lighting has an effect, so you look just like the background, and I just struggle to see, and I know well, that is a personal thing because I've got an eyesight problem. So I'll shut up then and let you listen to some music. So there we go then, that's been the review. I hope you've enjoyed it, or at least found it helpful. You might have noticed I didn't score the game. Well, that's because it's a matter of personal opinion, and yours may very well differ from my own. I'm just here to show you a bit about the game. If you like it or not, well, that's up to you. If you don't like it, or you do like it, feel free to comment. Also, if I haven't answered any of your questions that you may have had, I might have forgot something, or it might just be something obscure. Again, feel free to comment, ask, always willing to help out. Otherwise, if you don't like commenting on YouTube, head over to www.vc-forums.com, where you can chat with me and a bunch of other lads who love the VC, the WiiWare, and hell, even a lot of other systems. We cater to pretty much everything. You can just go there, have a chat about a game, ask about some games, etc. So until next time, this has been Demon212, signing off.